Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you how I cook one of my favorite puddings. It's a self-saucing lemon pudding and I wanted to show you how I make it. So first of all, you open the packet and you'll get a lemon sauce and the actual lemon sponge pudding. So what I do is I get some scissors. You're going to need some scissors, and the first step is to get the sponge pudding sachet. And you're going to need a mixing bowl, and I pour the lemon sponge pudding into the bowl, making sure to get everything out. Okay, so now that that's done, I like to get a spoon, and I might get another spoon as well. So I have another spoon, and I just kind of make the pudding mixture even on the bowl. Now, the next step is to add 1 egg. So I've got my egg here. Hey, went well. No shell is there, thank goodness. So I just usually put that there for easy cleanup. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay. So at this time, I can also add the 2 tablespoons of butter as well. So I actually measured 2 tablespoons of butter, and I put it in this this mug and just heated it a little bit in the microwave to melt the butter. And so it came out really nice and melted. And this will help kind of bring together all of the dry ingredients and wet ingredients. Okay. Great. And this is going to be my mixing spoon. So another thing that the recipe asks is for water. So it's 2 tablespoons of water. So I have my tablespoon here, and I'm going to measure out the water. Okay, now that that's done, I can go to town mixing it all together, folding in the dry ingredients, breaking up the egg yolk. I'm really trying to be careful that I'm getting all the dry ingredients into the wet mixture. I don't have a whisk or a wooden spoon for mixing, so I'm using this tablespoon, which it works. It does the job, but you need to put in a little bit more elbow work, elbow grease, as they say. So this is going well. I need to really get in there and mix it up, and it smells amazing. It smells like a rice pudding, actually, strangely enough. It's a lemon pudding. And I forgot to mention that I already have the oven on. It is preheated to 375. It's supposed to be 374, but I don't think I can make it 374, so I just made it 375. So it cooks the same pretty much. Just got to keep an eye on it. But yeah, I preheated the oven, and it's currently heating up. Now to really, I've combined all of the ingredients pretty much. Now this is just really getting it into a nice consistency and making sure any areas of flour or pudding mixture that's dry is attended to. It smells really, really nice. Like, it's just, it's beautiful. Like, it's just ribbony. And when I say ribbony, I mean it's like velvet. It's beautiful. And you know, you don't need many ingredients. You know, the box, you know, provides what you need basically, and then you get the basics and put it all together and you've got it. I'm trying to be like a beater, you know, how they have, you know, the whisks and the electric beater. I'm trying to mimic that with my own. It's tiring. But the more creamier and more well combined, the better the sponge will be, because essentially this pudding is like a sponge cake with a pudding cover, and then the self-saucing part kind of just oozes out and is more like jelly a little bit. It's really, I can't really explain it. It's very different. It's very yummy. It's special. It's actually from Australia. It's by Greens, which is the company. And they have, this is the lemon self-saucing pudding, but they have chocolate, they have butterscotch. I love all three. And apologies for the noise in the background. That is my washing machine. Okay, I'm getting to the final sort of goal of this. I'm just really wanting to make sure that this is well combined. Nothing worse than finding dry lumps or, you know, you know. So this is looking really nice. The texture is very smooth. And just perfect. I think it's gonna go really well in the oven. And we get to the fun part. Well, kind of. So I like to get all of the pudding. That did not really work as I wanted it to, but I tried to get all of the batter back into the bowl, just to get all of that goodness. It's difficult to get all of it though, but I do try because I don't want to miss out on any of that goodness. And the steps from here are actually really easy. It's not too complicated at all. And I've been looking forward to making this for a long time, like over a month. And I was just waiting until I got some eggs to do it. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I'm being very particular right now, but it's just because it's so good. It's so good. Okay, now once you've combined all of those, the batter, I actually use the same bowl that I mix in to bake. So this is a glass mixing bowl that I not only use to mix my ingredients, I don't have to transfer it because this is oven safe and it goes straight into the oven. Otherwise, you can combine it in another bowl and then pour it into another bowl. But I like to keep it all here. And as you can see with like the spoons, it's much more easier just to make it all in one bowl. Oh, there's something in here. Interesting. Okay, so it says to mix it all together. So what I did was I preheated the oven. I put the pudding mix, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of margarine or butter, and 2 tablespoons of water into a mixing bowl. And then I mixed it all in this, smoothed it over, and then it says to sprinkle contents of sauce sachet over batter. Careful, pour boiling water over the sauce mix. Yeah, so this part uses the lemon sauce sachet. So here, I just delicately pour this all over the raw batter, or the raw pudding mix. And this is like the magic of it. You know, this is gonna help the cake rise, or the sponge pudding rise. And this part that I'm pouring on top right now is going to be like the oozy, yummy sauce part, self-saucing part essentially. So I've kind of evenly put this all over the top layer, as a top layer, and yeah, it's covered it fully, very evenly. Haven't got much left. Can pretty much, there we go. It's all covered very evenly, so just a little bit of cleanup as I go helps always. This was from the 2 tablespoons of butter. So now that that's done, I'm going to pour boiling water that I prepared earlier on top of this sugary self-saucing part, and that will dissolve the sugar and will form in the oven with the sponge pudding to make the self-saucing pudding. So this is the boiling water. I'm going to be really careful just to pour it all. I measured out the right amount before I filmed this because okay. So the oven is nearly ready. I poured about 1.5 cups of boiling water on top, and that is what you need to be able to dissolve the sugary self-saucing part on top, and it looks really great. What I do is I transfer it to a baking tray because it is boiling water on top. So if I put it on this baking tray, it also helps me to retrieve the pudding once it's ready out of the oven, kind of like this. It just helps me to move it in and move it out of the oven carefully. And it's also good just for safety as well, I think. So that's really it. Oh, and the oven's ready. So I'm gonna transfer this into the oven and I'll be back once it's ready. Thank you.